Football is back in full swing with another week of epic games, and guess who's got you covered on the action? DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet $5 on football and get $200 instantly back in bonus bets. Nobody's missing out on the action this season. All DraftKings customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. Get in on the NFL Week 2 action with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use code VOCH, V-O-C-H, VOCH to sign up. New customers can bet just $5 and take home $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code VOCH. The crown is yours.
Beats Planet.
We live. Hey, man. Hey.
Come on inside and get yourself something cool.
The bushel's crazy, bro.
Hey, yo, tap into DraftKings to get you a big box of bushely bonus bucks.
Come on inside and get yourself something cool.
I hit that play. What will a big bodacious box of bushely bonus bucks? Oh, DraftKings ain't gonna like us talk. Hey,
we can't be starting off the show like this, because look, bro,
we fucking up the money. We just got it.
When I was editing that, Joe, I said, "What is a big box of bushel bonus bucks?"
If you spend $5,
you get what?
If you spend $5, you can get a box of bushel. You can get a whole bushel, a batch, and a box.
What do that even mean?
Of bodacious, voluptuous bonus.
Shouts out to DraftKings.
Yeah, Colin, y'all
promo code VOCH.
promo code. Yo, Kyler, y'all gotta tell Voch she can't be fucking the money like this.
No, right. They gonna be called. Hey, dog, let me take this serious now.
Hey man, spend. Hey, with this branding, there, with the spend 5 and get 200 something on it. But hey man, appreciate y'all for being here, man. Another episode of Voch Lombardi Live. It's a fantastic day here. This is our last hard work day of the week. Chad, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. What I might do is I might tap in with Collier Media, do a little show with him, upload it and post it on Thursday, because if y'all expect us to sit up and talk about the Cardinals all day, not gonna be able to do it. It's false. Not gonna be able to do it, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I've already kind of tapped into it a little bit, and it's just Washington and New York, it's their fault. You know what I mean? I just don't foresee that being the same thing that's going on here. Johnny Wood says we need to focus on Arizona. No, they need to focus on Arizona. Hey, they need to focus on Arizona. The Cowboys are going to do just fine if they focus on Arizona. We are going to be trying our best to get through this week of content and make it seem like the Arizona Cardinals are something to be worried about. You know what I mean? But that's for tomorrow and the next day. We'll cross that bridge whenever we get there. But today, we'll be giving our final recap on the New York Jets versus Dallas Cowboys ass whooping. J-Ron Curse, that's who it was. I need that sound drop, Will Steele, when he looked in the camera and screamed, ass whooping.
I thought you were to run hit talk shit.
No. I need the ass whooping. He did. I think it was versus the Giants last year or something like that. But we got the film in, and look, the offensive film was so long we didn't even get a chance to finish the film over in the patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. So we'll be doing one extra episode this week to finish up that O-line film, because Will still 82 plays, 80 some plays,
82 plays, so about 80 real, about 79 real ones.
Yeah, because of the the knees and shit like that. Yeah. But 79 real plays that we had to break down, and we probably got through like 45 or something. But today I have the observations from us breaking down that film in the patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. If you want the more detailed film session, go over there. It's actually a vibe, you know what I mean? Over here, I'm just kind of talking and speaking, and here's my film session, and I'm just showing you what it is, right? We actually made fun of Terrence Steele tripping over air. We made fun of, if the offensive line just didn't show up in a very positive manner. Dak Prescott to be there to bail us out. Tyron Smith beating the shit out of Jermaine Johnson. I had some very great commentary on that. We hated on Hunter Licky a little bit. It's really fun over there to watch film as a whole, as a family, as a collective, and anybody that's in the chat right now that was there watching on Patreon can very much so vouch for that. So before we get started today, I'm your host.
Hey, Boxy. And this is just a mixtape.
VOCHLONBARDI. Will still busy, so I'm just gonna hit this button.
Gotta be handy with the Steele, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Skywalker STEELE on A to Z Dallas in the morning on
Appreciate
YouTube at 10:30. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. No problem. What I'm gonna start doing, Will, still, because it just kind of works out that way throughout the week. We do our film breakdown, what we learned shows on Tuesday, but we get the coaches interviews on Monday. So what I'm just gonna start doing, and it just happened on accident, right? I just got my Dan Quinn clips, right? Shouts out to Dan Quinn. I just pulled some Dan Quinn clips. They're fun. But Schottenheimer is an incredible listen. He's an incredible listen. He's much better than Kellen Moore. So what ended up happening was, still, while I'm going down and trying to find some film to show to y'all, because this is film day, right? Schottenheimer be like, oh man, I'm a huge fan of what Chuma Edoga is doing. Speaking of which, man, there was this one play in the middle of the second quarter, man. We was running the ball to the right. We was going into the end zone, man. Chuma Edoga just smoked the shit out of whoever. And I'm watching film and I go, let's go find the fucking play there in Schottenheimer, and it'll be right there. You know what I mean? So I ended up doing that a couple times, right? Schottenheimer talked about a Jalen Tolbert catch. He talked about a Tony Pollard crack block. He just talked about different offensive line things. I pulled a handful of clips on that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work in tandem with our film and some of these coaches clips that we have to react to. All right. Should be a fun little day. Will, still, you good? You all right? Life is okay?
Life is great, man. Great film session. Love. I said this on my show. I love being able to watch it and then come back to your film sessions to make sure that if I'm seeing is lining up with what you're seeing. And I learned some things. That's why I'll be putting notes in there. Like, yep, all right, learn that. Take it in. O-line guy now because of the original O-line guy.
Man, love that to pieces, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Humbly, respectfully. Y'all can call into the show if y'all want to. Tap in 202-926-1127, access code 309104. There were some people that tried to call in Saturday, but it was 100 of y'all. And there was people that tried to call in Sunday and Monday, but it was 100 of y'all. If y'all didn't get a chance to tap in those days, today is a fantastic day for you to tap in. All right. Now, started with Dan Quinn. Because I normally go listen to Dan Quinn first because he's my favorite list. I love how Dan Quinn walked to the podium. He don't even let them answer questions for. He just say what the fuck he want to say.
Right.
He just say whatever he want, Will Steele. Then he go, all right, y'all got questions? Love that. But Dan Quinn opened up talking about Osa Odighizuwa, Will Steele. He was one of our breakout guys, man. We were just waiting on him, and he's a couple of years into the offseason peanut butter, and he's getting – and this should be a lesson to us for what we think about Mozzie right now. I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans that still kind of down on Mozzie, but as good as we felt about Osa in year 1, and as good as we felt about Osa in year 2, year 3 Osa's a whole nother dude now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to fix your body to get ready for this thing. Then you got to fix your mindset, and you got to be durable enough to do this. Then you got to fix the whole strength and technique side. You know, Mozzie just happened to be strong enough to do it. But then then the game slows down for you, right? Yeah. It takes a couple of years for these, for these big boys to get fully acclimated to the league, right? And Osa's a guy that's as much as Micah got three sacks in, Osa got 3 sacks also. So here's Dan Quinn talking about Osa Odighizuwa, and Will. So I'm going to pull up some film, so just had that in the queue for me.
I think I may have used this one term before. Maybe I have. It. It's called counterpunching, and so. There was times in training camp, I'd see him get up at the top of the move and just kind of stop and get stuck and not be able to go. And so we really talked about when you get to hear what comes next, I think that, Michael, is one of the things I've been most impressed by him is his ability to, when a guy's oversetting, how do I throw my rip back to the other way, the balance, and with his wrestling background, it's there. And so how does that transfer into football and pass rush? It does, because he's playing lower, he's playing faster. And I think in this case, the ability to see a set and come back the other way, to set somebody up and come back, that's why I use the word counterpunching, where if I don't win on my first move, it doesn't mean the pass rush is over. It just means this is how I'll counter. So, but coming in, he was such a mature guy early. And even as a rookie, I would imagine he had one of the very fewest mistakes, a missed assignment or, a decision that wasn't right. He was so connected in that way. So he came in already above the curve in terms of how he could take it. But you see his physical development has just changed so much, how his body is, how, strong he is. So those are the things I think he just added on to his game.
Ray T says, what do you say? Mozzie getting pushed around like Osa was his rookie year. That's allowing. How you lie twice in one sentence? How you lie twice in one sentence, dog? Osa was fine his rookie year. He wasn't incredible like he is now, but Osa was a starter for you, right? And then Mozzie, look, if you say Mozzie's still kind of coming off the ball late and he got to figure out life as a pass rusher, then fine. But Mozzie is better taking on double teams than he is as a pass rusher now. So your whole idea of Mozzie getting pushed around, like, look, man, Mozzie ain't Jonathan Hankins or nothing like that, to be fair. But dog, don't come out here and lie twice in one sentence in my chat box. That's disrespectful. But also Odighizuwa, right? Let me tell you what I love about this play, Will Steele, is that it's just basically 5-on-5. So we trying to get one-on-ones across the board. And I feel fairly confident that we know Micah Parsons can win a one-on-one. It just is what it is. And we know that D-Law can win a one-on-one. But how much better does your pass rush get when Osa Odighizuwa is a one-on-one guy? You know what I'm saying? When Osa's just a dude that you could just line up against one of these guards because you know that they're not quick enough, or one of these centers because they're not powerful. And you know that, Vera Tucker's not going to be able to come in and be help guy right now because he got Hankins over there, and Hankins is a. And look, to be fair, Wilson, let me ask you about this play right here.
Let's talk about it, please.
Hankins ain't pass rush guy, but he's here. He's pocket pushy guy. Do you think this is by design? Like, if Hankins is going to be here, I don't want to say a decoy, but he's here to push pockets, and he could get pressure if he wanted to. But he's there to make sure that everybody keeps the one-on-one, right? What you think?
Yeah, as you let this play go, I wonder if this was a heads-up play by Jonathan Hankins. Osa Odighizuwa just beats his man right now and forces 75. Watch that. Keep going a little bit more. 70. Keep going. 75 has to help right there. And Osa right here. Osa wins. This is over. And Hankins is like, well, I can't do nothing else upfield, so I'm just going to swing around. This was a heads-up play by Hankins, or this was a design stunt. And y'all stunting with Hankins? You're in trouble if we can just stunt with Hankins.
That's great. And then look, not only stunting with Hankins, but Hankins being the damn stunt guy.
Right,
like
right.
not the anchor guy. but Hankins being
I think Osa just beat his man so bad, bro, that Hankins said, well, why would I continue upfield? I'm just loop around.
Short 100%. Also, too, Will Steele, I think there's going to be something to Chauncey being pass rush guy at some point. We're just seeing more and more reps from him. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. But Micah Parsons gets the one-on-one. D-Law gets the one-on-one. I don't know. It's never going to be a good idea for any team, which is why it's important to really shut down the run early. I don't think it's going to be a good idea for any team to just line up empty and just say, hey, we're going to just block y'all straight up like this. Because if we get most teams in this situation, just our 5 versus your 5, we're going to win, man. We're going to win. And I'm just so curious to know Hankins right here. Now, question, Will Steele. Hankins kind of came over in the middle last minute. Do you think this was a late game adjustment because Zach Wilson, and, it happened last week with Daniel also, to where all the pass rush lanes kind of get clogged up, but the middle ends up being open. So the quarterback runs up the middle. Do you think that Hankins is going to be all right, y'all rush while I patrol, quarterback sneak up the middle type deal?
No, I don't think that would. I don't think he's a guy you want in there for QB spy type stuff.
Not spy, right? Not spy, because that'll be like one of these, linebackers, whatever.
Right.
But just in a big ass body as an A gap. Don't you dare think about running this way, type of deal, right? No, maybe not.
I don't. What's the down distance? What's the time frame in this? Is very. This is what makes DQ just a madman, bro.
Well, Micah going crazy right here. So it's it's 1st and 10, third quarter. We up by 14.
Okay.
Ball on the 25, 5 minutes, 19. Yeah, so this is an interesting down and distance to be doing this. So yeah, it could still be run, but it's empty.
There you go. I think maybe they're guarding against the run possibly, but they went empty. So
yeah, it's empty. So interesting conversation. We'll still appreciate you. Then Dan Quinn went on to talk about Demarcus Lawrence here. Let's see what Dan Quinn had to say.
Yeah, I thought, man, as he played really aggressive, and that's, no shit, Dan. But there's a level that you can go to where he's playing at different spots. I saw him have a really good rush outside at the right end, where he's played so much left end and had good things. But when we can move guys around into different spaces, I think that's what really sets it apart. And so he's so active. He thinks about the ball. You saw him on a rush. He got his hand on one that was, I believe it was down near their end zone. It hit the ground where Diggs was, but he got a piece of that one. It's just the awareness to not just rush, but to try to, extend and win the last yard of the pass rush. And so those are the things that I've seen with him, but he has really improved where now he can really align almost anywhere along the defensive line and feel very comfortable doing that. And so you can imagine that's not as easy to do when you've played mostly left end for your career. So I really tip my hat to him for not only accepting that, but to say, okay, hey, this is another part of how we play.
Dan was just talking about moving D-Law to different sides of the field, and this was the very first play of the game. D-Law was playing right
back in there for you, bro.
Appreciate you. Will Steele, I remember, because I'm old enough to remember this. I'm old enough to remember when D-Law was the most double team player in football for like 5 years in a row. Yeah. I remember Will Steele. I was there. Now we live in this world where D-Law gets blocked by tight ends just for whatever reason. D-Law versus tight ends in the run game. And D-Law is still a gangster in the run game, right? And the first thing that Dan said was, hey, man, D-Law just violent, man. He just beating the shot people. He's a great – no shit, Dan. And I'm like, dog, this what y'all gonna do? This is the vibe right now. And I wonder, right? Think about this, Will Steele. We just having another film conversation. I don't think about this till other great film minds come into the room. The D-line is kind of stacked in I don't want to say overset or whatever, but they're set more to the offensive right side of the field, right? And then we just kind of got this empty spot, but then there's D-Law to the left of the offense right here. I feel like wherever you put D-Law, he's going to be a gangster. Do you think that this was some type of bait and switch to where if you're the offense, if you're Hackett or whatever, right? You have to decide, all right, do I run at the loaded side with Chauncey and Micah and Hankins and Osa, or do I run at D-Law? Because so many years teams were just running away from D-Law. Like that was just their way to get away from him. We're just going to run away from D-Law, and that's how we're going to deal with D-Law. Now you either run to the stack side with all the gangsters, or you run with D-Law, run game god. I don't think this was an accident being lined up this way.
Not first 15, definitely not an accident. and maybe they start smelling themselves because last week their tight ends blocked pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you could watch Demarcus Lawrence and think that you're just going to have a tight end block him in the run game. They tried that in New York last week, the Giants.
Yeah.
It tossed my man and got the tackle. So just maybe arrogance, maybe, hey, first play of the game, let's try to get Breece Hall going, and not realizing that D-Law is a gangster. So
sure. Then there's one more play I wanted to show, and my audience is a very educated audience, so I know that y'all been watching film, y'all been keeping up with all the film watches on YouTube. There are some people that feel like D-Law is not, still nice as a pass rusher. But how many times in a game did we watch Micah and D-Law meet at the quarterback, right? Like they both, like D-Law probably would have had a couple of sacks this game if it wasn't for doing this, Zach Wilson getting rid of the football quickly, or some damn body else getting there, right? And I think that's a, I don't want to say challenge or whatever, but that's something that fans have to be aware of. We just can't get into these. What is D-Law doing? Somebody called your show the other day with still, what is Dorrance Armstrong doing? Princess called like where's Dorrance Armstrong? We're in a world where everybody can go crazy. Everybody's doing a job, but dog, you just can't look at one person and be like, what are they doing? Because anybody can go stupid any day.
D-Law was fantastic rushing the passer in this game. He had 6 pressures. The problem is, there's a Micah Parsons, and there's an Osa Odighizuwa, and there's a DA sometimes, and there's a Fowler sometimes. He is not always going to get the sack because there's so many other players. For years, it was just D-Law. You remember that?
Yep.
It was just D-Law, and he didn't have D-Law and friends. Now he's got friends. So when he gets those pressures, he's forcing it inside, or maybe somebody else is cleaning it up. But, yeah, so far this season, he's got 9 pressures and a sack. So
D-Law and friends and Jeremy Mincy. All right, let's get into what Schottenheimer was talking about, man. Schottenheimer has some shit to say. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 Schottenheimer clips and a little bit of film to go with it. Not every single thing, but I got a little bit of film to go with it. We'll go back from there. This is a pretty long one. You talked about this one earlier. Let's do this. Let's go. Somebody asked, right? They was like, Shotty. They ain't say Shotty, but it's vice translating. Shotty, Dak was efficient and he got the ball out quickly. And I hate questions like this, Will, still like Dak ain't always been that, but whatever. Dak was efficient and got the ball out quickly. Is that the new DNA of this offense? Shotty said this.
Well, it's a DNA against that opponent. We really knew that was a really good defense. That's a really good defense. And they went out, they got themselves better by getting Al Woods and the depth and the stuff they had up front. But the objective going to that game was we wanted to throw over 28 completions. We just kind of knew it would be that kind of game where we're going to spread it around a little bit. And to start the way that he did and to take the ball in the opening drive and to see him, start the way he did, it kind of unfolded. Not every game plan unfolds like that where you're like, okay, this is the plan. Sometimes you come over after a couple of drives, you're like, okay, that's not working. What are we going to go to now? But that was definitely the plan. A ton of respect for, Robert and Jeff Ulbrich and that defensive staff and what they do. And, it just was one of those days where he was seeing it really well. And if you watch Dak, I know he's feeling really good when his back foot's firm and he's hitting his back foot and the ball's coming out of his hand. And there's 4 or 5 clips on there early in the game where he's doing that.
Dak was incredible. Will Steele. And I'm to the point to where, and I've said this a couple of times on the show, Will Steele. I'm just not interested in what national media has to say. You know what I mean? And people say that all the time, right? Like, yo, Vash, we don't watch national media, but we'll hop right on Twitter and get mad at something that Joy Taylor said or whatever, right? Like, I'm just too, because I know they're not watching for real. There's no way you don't watch this film and walk away from it going, man, Dak, Mike McCarthy, Schottenheimer went crazy on this. There's no way. You're watching, not you, but like talking about them, they're watching highlights, Will Steele. They got to be watching highlights or looking at game logs or looking at like the highlights or something. There's no way they can see Dak Prescott dialing this shit up and only missing 7 times. And some of them 7 have a, there's a reason to why he's missing. He ain't just out there missing just to be missing. And then there's also this idea that just because the Cowboys did something to him, we were wrong about the other team. That's what I hate, Will Steele. I'm starting to hate the idea that the Cowboys get zero credit for what they did. It's just all about what the Jets didn't do, right? to the point to where teams are saying, "Oh man, the Jets overrated, boy. The Jets defense, boom, boom, boom." And I'm just like, "Oh, it's just the Jets that the Cowboys did this to." There's no way you watching the film if you feel like this Jets team is just some shit that just rolled out the bed and they're just bad now. Oh, the Jets had a bad game. We were wrong about you were not wrong about the Jets. You're wrong about the Dallas Cowboys. We was having this conversation. We was talking about the idea that, oh well, this Cowboys offense ain't got to be top 5. I don't care about this offense being top 5. We're just gonna play defense and do our thing and be efficient. Well, this Cowboys offense is gonna be top 5. This Cowboys offense is gonna be top 5. And I ain't just talking about points because defense put up points also. Teams unit put up points also. This Cowboys offense is gonna be top 5, but they're gonna be better and they're gonna be efficient.
Yeah,
and they're gonna be top 5 unit. And I just think nobody's gonna give us respect until we just win that last game. So we might as well not even listen to national media until we win the last game.
Like you say it all the time and tell them that. But what you said about the offense potentially being top 5 or what have you, I think the difference is it'll come naturally.
Yes.
You're not. I don't think you'll be chasing a lot, and not just because you're down or whatever. But I don't think you're chasing yards. You're chasing big plays. You're chasing a top 5 offense. No, I think you're chasing victories, and it'll just come within that.
Mm-hmm. Man, if you just listen to Schottenheimer just talk, and Tony did a decent job of showing this or whatever, but then Schottenheimer came and talked about it. Just how everything on the offense has a plan. Everything has its own purpose. And this amount of steps, the wide receiver needs to be privy to the idea that this is what we're doing. And this is this and this and this. And I'm just listening to Schottenheimer talk about it, Will. And I'm just like, man, were we really just out there winging it? Were we really just improvising? You remember we used to go out in the backyard as kids and play ball, and I'll be quarterback and you just go. And they'll just go and you'll just throw the ball to somebody. Is that what we were doing with Kellen Moore this whole time? And me and you talked about the LA team behind the scenes or whatever. But is that what they were doing? Right. And I'm looking at some of these reads, and y'all can take a look at my film session that I'm dropping today. And we talked about it a little bit on the Patreon also. But even these quarterback friendly type reads or whatever, Dak still got to make the right decision and still got to make the throw. It's easier than that shit Kellen was doing, but everything is structured and everything's laid out. If the first thing ain't there, this second read ain't just I'm running a slant. This second read may be a slant with a pick attached to it, or a slant with a third backdoor situation out of it. This offense, I ain't saying it's foolproof, but if you can block up front, and if your offensive players can get yak yards on the back end, this offense is going to be hard to stop. It just happens that if our offensive line ain't going absolutely crazy, we know that Dak going to bail us out in terms of holding on to the football and getting rid of it or whatever. And we got yak guys, Will Steele. This offense is going to impress the shit out of me. It's going to continue. And honestly, bro, if we did it versus the Jets, I don't see why we can't do it versus San Fran. I don't see why we can't do it versus San Fran, the last scary defense on our schedule, Will Steele. Whether we see them in the regular season or whether we see them postseason, I'm not scared of San Fran, even though they're the biggest op defensively we have. Notice I didn't mention the Eagles or the people I had in Philly or whatever. But anyway, moving on, Will Steele. Did you have anything on that before I move on, sir?
Nope. Fantastic stuff.
Cool. Somebody asked Schottenheimer, say, "Hey man, what you think about this trust that Dak got with Jalen Tolbert, man?" Jalen Tolbert made some pretty big plays, and most of these plays came from Dak trusting them. Where do you think all this trust came from, Doc? What's going on with Dak and Jalen Tolbert?
Well, number one, not surprised by the way JT played. You guys have seen it. You guys have talked about it. He's worked his ass off to get to this point and had some real big third down conversions. We got him matched up on a little stick route or a little deeper stick route to our left at one point. But if you go back and look at that clip, the read was
actually, I can pause that and go here and boom. And look, that's something else I love about Schottenheimer.
He'll tell you, yeah.
Schottenheimer tell you exactly where to go. Like, hey, no, this happened.
So yeah, Tony Pollard did go click on that. You'll see it. Thanks,
yeah. It's there. Like, all right, coach. Is this the Jalen Tolbert? I had the timestamp, but I'm not responsible, Chad.
Which one did he say?
He's talking about the Jalen Tolbert thing, and I got it down for 925.
There's a couple of them though.
Yeah, he's talking about the Jalen Tolbert 3rd and 7 in the third quarter. It was on the left side of the field. Well, shit, I thought I had it, but I ain't got
The
it.
first down catch or the one where you got close to the first down?
It's a first down catch. It was on the left side of the field up, and it was breaking to the inside.
Like when he came back?
When he came back,
yes. That play shows kind of the growth in Jalen Tolbert. And it's funny because I saw somebody in the chat when I went back and watched my show. Said, "Oh, Jalen Tolbert doesn't attack the ball." Actually, he comes back to the ball. He does a fantastic job driving through the ball, securing the catch, and getting the first down. I think it's why you saw him kind of get up excited. Like, hey, man, I put it all together right here. Yeah. So, excuse me, sir.
I thought I had to play, but apparently I'm not responsible worth shit. So I ain't got it, Will. Still, you can go ahead and put me back on the screen while we finish.
I'll tell you what I liked about Tolbert's game and beyond the catches. It was when he doesn't have the ball.
Yeah.
You remember how Coach talked about everybody's got a job to do. And I think Tolbert did his job to help get people open a couple different times in this game, man. And that just, again, goes to show you the growth mentally from him. He always had the physical skills. Now the mental is coming together, man. So we'd like to see a little bit more Jalen.
All right. Let me cut this back on and let Scheidenheimer try and find Jalen Tolbert and let Scheidenheimer finish up.
Based off of we had vertical seam route running. The safety actually went the other direction, and he never hesitated, went back over there. But he's thrown.
I found the wheel still. Okay.
He's like, nah, I'm determined. Yeah, watch the drive back to the ball here.
All right, here we go.
Also, JT, you guys remember we talked about in here.
Jalen Tolbert down bottom of the slot.
Catching the back baseline. Nick, he's made those
stuff right there.
So the cool thing we believe is that, again, the first open progression should get the ball in the system. You know, the ball doesn't get forced to CD. CD is just really good. He gets open a lot. But the ball doesn't just get forced to CD. Whoever is open based on our progressions, the way we build it with our person.
And also, too, while we let Coach keep talking or whatever, why this is important, Jalen Tolbert down bottom of the slot. Like, first of all, you got to find the sticks. Then you got to read the leverage of this corner here. Come back to the football, make the catch, secure it. So all that's important. You had something, Wilson?
Yeah, I don't know how much more he got. I'll talk about it afterwards.
All right, cool.
No groupings or formations. And then, of course, the defense has a hand in it. That's where the ball should go. And when we're at our best, it's when we're popping open 1 and 2 because of the trust and the timing of those guys.
All right, go ahead.
Yep, perfect stuff. I'm not trying to make this a shit on Michael Gallup day.
Oh, Will, can I go first? Oh, please, can I? Because I know exactly what you're about to say. Oh, I know what you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Let's see if we're on the same page here.
This play is kind of proof of why I'm kind of shitting on Michael Gallup real fast. Look at Jalen Tolbert run his route. I just want y'all to look at Jalen Tolbert run his route. Crisp, come back, boom. Here's Michael Gallup up top. Look at Michael Gallup kind of running his route. That's Sauce Gardner up top, but I don't care. Gallup's route is ugly right here. There's no pop to this route. There's no explosion to this route. But Will Steele. Here's Jalen Brooks down bottom. Look at his fucking route. Hold on. Look at Jalen Brooks' route. Jalen got a brand new ACL out there. How much longer? I looked down and saw Jalen Brooks at this. Will, how much longer before Gallup just Jalen Tolbert making trust me plays? When Jalen Tolbert is making, because look, like you can go to CeeDee Lamb because CeeDee's talented, right? Dak is going to Tolbert because he trusts him. When Jalen Tolbert is making more trust me plays than Michael Gallup, his time can't be very long, Will Steele. Gallup's.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to talk about the Niners game.
Okay, cool.
If you remember the comeback route, I don't know what the hell was going on over there, but he just kind of stopped and didn't drive back to the ball.
Sure.
And that was one of the main reasons. Now, again, he came back late to it. That's why I kind of hate the concept. But nonetheless, you got to drive back down to the ball to protect your quarterback. If Jalen Tolbert, if you go back, or you could that might work. That might work whichever way. If you go back to where he flips his hips and he settles at the top of his route, if he just right there, if he just stays right there, 22 is driving on Jalen Brooks or Jalen Tolbert, and that's an incomplete pass. Or God forbid he kind of lets up a little bit and now it's going right into 22 for the interception. So just the small things that Tolbert's doing. I think you saw it in preseason and now his first time out, you see him doing it. He 100% is more explosive than Gallup. We've seen that. I think it's time to start seeing a little bit more of Jalen Tolbert, man.
It's inevitable. Will Steele. And I think these next few games are great games to do it. You know, you going against Arizona, you go, against Mac Jones and the Patriots. It's a great game to just kind of try some shit and figure it out and see what combinations work well for you. This would be a good time to get some young guys of football. You know what I mean? I don't see Gallup is a whole year removed. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the surgery, he played a year, or he played 17 games, something. Now he's back now. There shouldn't be no excuse here. I don't know if this is his legs or, he just ain't got him up under him. He don't trust himself. He's just not. I don't know what it is, Will Steele.
I don't think he's physically limited. If you watch him, I just don't think he's that what he was, number one. And number two, I don't think he's really looked at this offense as a featured guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we need to go to? We're not going to Gallup on sauce. No. You know what I'm saying? No. I like your idea. Let's get some jump balls. Let's go and throw them up in the red zone, get some jump ball. When you need a tough catch, whatever. But I'm not really featuring Gallup in this. Damn sure ain't doing it against no Sauce Gardner. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. It was just, it just breaks my heart a little bit.
No, cut. No, relax, guys. We're not talking about getting rid of Gallup.
We're not cutting Michael Gallup. This is only about politics and Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
This is only about politics and Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts gives you better, then just find a new role for Gallup. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's a good point, Eric. It's not like Gallup was ever a route guy.
Yeah.
Where Gallup won in this offense in his career is get the ball, get some yak up, and get some yak right on some quick stuff, and deep and tough catch guy. That ain't never changed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't cut you off a few times. Will Steele pardon me, but I get excited over this topic, man.
Yeah.
I get excited over this topic, bro. Apparently I said Jalen Hurts and I meant Jalen Tolbert. My fault. I get excited over this topic, bro, because I just don't want nothing getting in the way of this team or this offense. I just don't want nothing getting in the way of it. And Dak is just looking, because I'm sure Dak can find Gallup if he wants to. I'm sure Dak can find a way. But Schottenheimer just said we don't force the ball to nobody.
No.
We don't force the ball to nobody. So if Gallup is open, he'll get it to him. He went on to say, hey man, CeeDee Lamb gets the ball a bunch, not because he's forced the ball. I do think that's nonsense. Sometimes we looking for CD, but he says just CD just does a good job of getting open. If Jalen Tolbert is doing a better job of getting open than Michael Gallup, then we need to have a conversation about Jalen Tolbert snaps versus Michael Gallup. That's all I got. Had a conversation with coach about Tony Pollard being a bell cow guy. Here's what he had to say.
Well, we knew it was going to be a real physical game. Didn't expect we'd have 80 something plus plays, obviously. I think it shows what Tony can be for sure. We always want to be mindful of all our guys' reps and touches and things like that. But I think it proves that here's a guy that we've all asked, can he be a bell cow? There's no question he can be a bell cow. He ran hard, 32, whatever the number was. Do we want to do that every week? Depends on the game. We'll be smart with him this week in practice. Mm-hmm. But again, I think he answered the question. Can I do that?
Yes.
Yeah, I can. But some of the cool things about Tony, again, I like to just brag about the things that don't, if you watch him in pass protection.
Here you go, about to give us a film again. We'll still go ahead and pull. Hey man, if y'all going
go to 29-32.
If y'all go look real quick, here's Coach talking about Tony Pollard chip blocking.
That's how he describes it too.
Yeah.
And there's a chip where he actually caught the ball. We checked it down to him, but he leaks out over the right side. And 72, I think, was running upfield on Terrence. And the chip that he had was wicked. Like
wicked.
So he's
diabolical, man.
Ball as well, which again, just speaks to the type of competitor he is, and the mindset and the competitive play style that he has.
That is a damn good chip, though.
He remind me of like the cool dad,
Yeah.
The cool coach's dad.
Yeah, totally, dude. Gnarly, son. Yeah, somebody said gnarly. Hey, man, I kind of like what Mike McCarthy is saying, and Mike will come out and tell you, man. He say, hey, man, player like health management or whatever, like he's really big on that. So if Tony's gonna get like a hard game, then Tony ain't gonna be practicing that hard or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that might be the key to it, you know what I mean? Just managing Tony's load. And if he's gonna go crazy in the game, he has to rest somewhere. So that'll be during practice. So Schottenheimer confirmed that. Mike McCarthy talks about it all the time. He told a story about Randall Cobb, about how they overused the shit out of Randall Cobb, and then he went hard at practice and Randall Cobb got hurt. But Tony I mean, look, it felt like Tony got the ball the right amount of time, though, Will. So I don't think we overused Tony Pollard at all because, I mean, the past 2 weeks, you saw Rico get involved. You saw All-Star Jr. get involved. You saw Turpin get involved. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just Tony Pollard just, running his head up and down, B-gap and shit like that. Like, Tony's getting his rest. Tony's sitting, he's doing his thing on the sideline. But it only takes one play for Tony to really get going, and then once he gets going, then you could just go from there. But Tony's going to be running the ball, catching the ball, and throwing big ass blocks versus D ends like this. Then yeah, Tony's going to get he's going to get banged up. But what's important though is that Tony's one of the best players on this team. Still, he's one of the best guys on the team, and you got to beat.
Yeah, there's going to be games you have to do this. It doesn't have to be every game, but there's going to be some games where hey Tony, ACD, this is a tough defense here. We're going to figure out ways to get you the ball. And that's what good coaches do, and that's what they did. So I don't want to see this every game, not 30 touches. You don't even want to see him get 20 to 25 every game. You want to see his usage be split because with any back, I don't give a damn how good the back is in today's game. I'm just not giving him the ball 25 times a game. So, but there's going to probably be about 5 of these throughout the season. Hey man, we got the Niners, right? Tony, we need you. We're gonna need you. We're gonna need you a lot. So just be ready. But I love the way they're using these backs so far. Just gotta get better with this type of thing down there.
Arizona's a perfect time to just get Rico and do a bunch of carries. Perfect time. Patriots next week, perfect time to get those guys involved. But when it's time to play San Fran, when it's time to play, Eagles and all these other teams, man, that's when it's time to get Tony going. One last clip, then we're gonna get to the phones. Schottenheimer's talking about the backup offensive line and how many reps those guys are getting. Schottenheimer said this.
It's invaluable, especially with the way we practice now. During training camp, you really don't get enough reps. You don't get enough padded practices. You look at TJ going in yesterday when Chuma came out, and again, that was a tough matchup with Williams. And we've been talking about him really for the past couple of weeks. Here's a guy that, again, it's definitely not too big for him. He goes in there, he competes, he's strong as hell. He works really good, with Tyron, which is awesome. But, we were talking when the game got to where it got to, it was like almost getting extra inside run drill work late in the game. So Awesome came in and he, got a chance to work. But you don't get those practices. So, we won some battles. They won some battles in the 4-minute drive, but it's been invaluable. But, you see Deuce Vaughn getting snaps. You see Jalen Tolbert getting snaps. You see Jalen Brooks getting snaps. You see Luke Schoonmaker. I mean, you see all these young players that are coming on that you're just like, that's invaluable for us because we're going to need them. I mean, we're going to need them at some point to help us go win big games. And we have zero question that they'll be able to do that because of the snaps that they're getting, sometimes by choice, other times because they're forced into action.
These backup offensive linemen gain my confidence. We'll see. You can just cut this on. We could just roll Tyler Bass film while we're talking. But this offensive line, these backup guys gave me confidence, Will Steele. These past 2 weeks, we've had to deal with Dexter Lawrence and Quentin Williams. This is an example of TJ Bass wrestling Quentin Williams. We've had to deal with both those guys playing D tackle. And what I've learned is those two dudes in tandem with, Dak Prescott getting rid of the ball at the good time or just, getting rid of it early so that, if Terrence dies, it's okay. I think we can be able to deal with whatever front that we that we need to deal with in case of emergency. Now, in a perfect world, I don't want code 77 to ever happen. Look at so this is a great example of what TJ Bass is. He may not be powerful enough right now, but hey, give him a little bit of a help and just let him get in there and wrestle with people. This is what he's good at. He may not be strong enough, but he'll stay in phase and he'll wrestle with dudes. TJ is really good at that. I feel good that if TJ had to play, if Chuma Edoga has to keep playing, in which I hope he doesn't, I need Tyler back. I'm fine with those guys, Will Steele. I'm fine with them because one, TJ is going to need the reps for next year because if offseason peanut butter looks good for him, I may not even need to draft a guard, but we'll have that conversation in, like February or something like that. But TJ Bass showed me that he's down. He's down. He's game. Get down and lay down, Will Steele. TJ Bass is he'll line up with the best of them. And if he'll line up and wrestle and fight and not get you killed versus Quentin Williams, look at him wrestling and fighting with Tyler and not getting killed by Dan Quentin Williams. if you can do this versus Quentin Williams, whoever the hell the Cardinals got at 3 tech, whoever the hell the Patriots got at 3 tech, Hargrave is a gangster, but hey, look at who we talking about. We talking about some of the top guys. I feel good about him versus Eagles and the Panthers and the football Wizards. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's gonna be challenges.
Sure.
The shit ain't gonna be perfect. I'm not saying TJ Bass is a Hall of Famer or nothing. There are gonna be challenges, but he's not going to Chaz Green, Adrian Claiborne you is what I'm saying.
There you go.
He had to play. He's not gonna get you killed. And that's all we can ask for. You had some comments on your young guys, Will, still?
Yeah, I just think TJ Bass, he just continues to show that he belongs. Mm-hmm. And I've been saying it in the preseason, and it's carried over in this game. His awareness, bro, for you know, he was left side guy, left tackle guy. So you see that, you kind of see him handle those stunts much better than you would see, say, Chuma, who hasn't played a whole lot of guard. Yeah. But man, he's technically sound. Like you said, he ain't got the peanut butter just yet. But your offense is not going to die. And I always say this: if you're a backup, just don't be a liability when you're in there. I think the difference, though, with TJ, I don't think he'll be a liability, but I also don't think that you have to be too conservative here. I think he can keep your offense just a notch down to what it might be, as opposed to when you get Tyler, your offense is way better. So sure. I think I'd like to see TJ get the next call up, but it's good to know that we got two guys on the interior in TJ and Chuma where, hey, your offense is not severely hindered with those dudes in there. You actually can kind of keep things moving along respectably.
You were just talking about TJ's awareness. Here's a great example of that. We're gonna come off the ball. 96 is going to disappear. He's gonna be a Tyler Biadasz guy, but instead of just sitting there looking aloof like some guards would, he'll go find some help and be help guy for Tyron Smith on this pass where this is Huff helping Tyron Smith with Huff to the inside. He's a fantastic help guy. TJ Bass finds help, and just him being a veteran dude. And Will, this could be we have these senior guys that's just been playing ball for a long time. He just understands football. He just understands. He been doing it for so long that he understands, hey, if this dude's gonna disappear, let me look around because there may be some help inside I need to do. Or just this fantastic block right here versus Al Woods or whatever. Right? I'm just a fan of TJ Bass. I think if you can, peanut butter him up a little bit, I think next year is going to be fantastic for him. And if he had to play this year, I don't think you get absolutely killed, but I'm definitely waiting for Tyler to come back. Take a look at him on the second level right here. Combo, second level right here. Come on, TJ Bass. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all today, man. That's all the film I got. That's all the sounds I have from the coach's press conferences today. Will, still, you are getting fantastic as a O-line guy. Shake my hand. Appreciate you, sir. You're great at this.
I'm still working, man. You great at this. I'm still working. I'm still learning, but it's my favorite position to evaluate. Tell you that.
Man, come on, dog. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Salute. Let's go. Oops.
The conference has been locked.
Damn, boy, the phone
said oops.
Not letting nobody in, boy. That is crazy. All right, we're gonna set that up. Hey, man, shouts out to DraftKings, man. Be sure to get your bona fide bushel of bonus bucks. You put down 5, you get 200. All right,
big bushel of bass bonus bucks.
Bass bucks. It's bass.
Bass bucks.
That's funny, man. Let's get into the phone, man.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into these phones right quick. We got y'all. Call on in. We love y'all, man.
I got 2 phones.
There we go. Will Steele on. Hey, let me tell you how Will Steele is. Look, hold on, top of the chat. I was looking down, so I didn't see him. Let me tell you what he was doing. He was stalling, trying to find that goddamn button. He was like, all right, y'all, let me get you set up until I find the button, and then we got sounds. I got, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Will is a pro. He's been doing this for years. Anyway, we'll see if we're on the radio, man. Here we go. You are listening in. We are waiting on caller number 7 for some bona fide bonus bucks.
For some bona fide bonus bucks.
The phrase that pays, you can win $10,000. MJ, what up, man?
Hey, what up? Hey, how y'all doing, man?
Man, we good, man. What's good with you, bro?
Oh, man, I'm just about to go to work in a minute, but
you got a job?
Yeah, we doing good.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay, what you got for the show today?
I told y'all about. Remember,
he told us.
Here we go.
I'm back.
Here we go.
He told us. They told us.
Remember, I told you.
You sure did. What you say?
From Oregon, the guard.
Bass. Okay.
Because I seen him play against I seen him play against Georgia. He was playing left tackle, and he did good.
Yeah, they think we don't be liking something.
I knew he was gonna get better. He's gonna get better and better. So he found some people. I don't know how these other teams is missing on these players, and we catching all the players.
Because teams suck at drafting, Mark.
That's unbelievable.
Because teams suck at drafting, Mark.
I see. That's horrible.
I see.
I'm like, man, they need to be firing their whole staff. Shit.
Yeah. I thought Marvin cussed. Right. What else though?
But I'm just excited. Like you said, we haven't showed nobody nothing yet. We just gonna get better and better. They taking one game at a time.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be blasting teams because they take it personal when people score on them now. You could tell they was kind of pissed when the score and when they scored on us, the Jets.
Yeah.
So these guys is taking this stuff serious.
Yeah.
They trying to keep you down to 3, 10 points. Yeah. They're not trying to get you to 17. You know, the running quarterbacks, we still got to find a way. If the two big people got to stay in the middle and then let our ends rush. Because if we rush too fast, that's when they quarterbacks get out of containment, and that's how to get yards on us. So Dan Quinn got to practice on the running quarterbacks. You have to.
Yeah.
Because Philadelphia, we're going to blast them.
I ain't got to respond.
As we got older, your boy 97 is a beast. He's getting better and better. Hey, and I didn't get to say it to Steele. Steele, your boy 96 and Mozzie played good on the run defense. Go back and watch the film. So they're going to get better.
Okay.
And Mozzie's
one of us got to respond. Okay.
I love it. They be like, go watch the film. Y'all think we ain't
what we do? Well, Marv, to your point 5 points ago, we talked about the Cowboys being mad. Dan Quinn actually came out in his press conference and said that the guys were a little they was mad in the locker room that they gave up the big touchdown at the end of the half or whatever. So that is accurate, Marv. And and it was some you said 4 points ago, but it was so many points I couldn't even remember. But go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know we gonna the offense gonna be
tell him to go ahead.
And I told you, everybody,
you sure did tell
all
us.
the Cowboys fans don't know football.
Yeah,
there's a difference in running Kellen Moore offense in the West Coast. Dak Prescott always been better.
He ran the West Coast. He's just saying your names because it flows with the same.
Anyway, he always. So now when he's with McCarthy, he's gonna be more dangerous. He'll be the most accurate quarterback, and you ain't gonna be able to stop their offense. Yeah. And once like I told Steele, once 73 get in the game and come back, that middle, they're going to break some big runs on teams because they're beating you down now. When you average 30 to 40 minutes a game, your defense on the other side is wore out. Yeah. You're going to get beat down. Yeah. So just one game at a time. Yeah. My main focus is the Cardinals, and let's beat them down too. Let's beat them down.
100.
All right, Mark. Appreciate it. Hey, yo, Mark, what you think about Tolbert? 18.
I'm about to mute Voch.
Tolbert is about to take over for your boy. You can already tell. And he's in trouble, man. Tolbert's about to take over.
All right. I got you, Mark.
So,
okay, go ahead.
All right, family.
All right, Mark.
Salute.
All right, good call, Mark. Appreciate it.
How you doing?
Hey, service animal.
Yes. What's up, cutie?
He's my cutie. He sits with me everywhere at the office, on the plane.
Don't hang.
Mark got a battery. Mark.
Hang on, you going crazy? Mark was going crazy. Don't hang up now.
I knew he was a pimp.
He was up to something. What's up, cutie? What's up, in my hand?
Let me check my Palm Pilot.
My hand.
Where was your antennas?
Hey, look, Marv did say he was going to work. he did say he was on the way to work.
True.
Oh man, let's get JQ on the phone. What's up, JQ?
Hey, what up, bro?
What's good?
Yesterday, I had made that point about trading Gallup for Diggs. That was extra credit.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's expendable, man, because like Marv just said, Tolbert's gonna take his job, man, on these comeback routes, which I just put up in the video.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see no use for him. West Coast offense, we had 9 people catch the ball. Like, I mean, we're paying Gallup money, so we can extend Dak Prescott.
$40 Marv is crazy.
Diggs and Stephon and Trayvon, they said they wanted to play together. They ain't gonna be in Buffalo. So I say a year or two, whatever. Tolbert moves up. We get Stephon Diggs, like you say, make it Teflon. What you think?
Yeah, how are we getting Stephon Diggs? Run that back? I didn't catch that.
Trey Gallup.
Oh, come on.
Trey, yeah. No, what else? Still, what else? What up? Bomb Squad. You know what I'm saying? 306 Mafia. No one's word order. Bring it up.
Yeah, we're gonna send Gallup to Buffalo, and they're gonna send us Stephon Diggs. Hey,
ski mask.
I'm just saying, if the money, you know what I'm saying, with throwing player was gonna be Osi, but he balling, so I'm not
sending Osa.
I was pick keeps getting in trouble against Trevon Diggs, but other than that, I feel like we can make some. We have the right pieces. We have a lot of depth, and we know how to draft.
Yeah.
So,
hey, look, I'm not opposed to moving him for a player that's gonna help you get 6. I'm not out on that, but
it just got to make sense.
It got to make sense, and I doubt it's Stephon Diggs, yo. So
yeah, I agree.
What about Kyle Pitts? Like, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta really do much nothing. He's underachieved over there in Atlanta. That was another person I was thinking about.
Why would they do that?
Dropping the rock, and the shop dropping the rock, and they hit on Dak. But I mean, Kyle Pitts over there with us. You know, I was in the film room when he's about to get drafted.
So, yeah. Let me ask you: would you do that if you were the Falcons?
You said what?
Would you do that if you were the Falcons?
No, you wouldn't. But at the same time, I mean, that division is like. First one to win 9 games is going to win the division.
No,
I don't see Atlanta getting those 9 games.
So we just going to trade our best player just because.
Pieces we get Kyle Pitts.
Right, yeah. Look, I'm all for moving them, but for somebody that makes sense, right?
Gotta make sense. Appreciate you, man. Good call.
I got you.
Is there? Nah, man. Gallup ain't. Nah, Gallup's. I mean, they got film too.
Somebody said trade Gallup for Patmo. Look. That's and I get it, man. We get caught up in this. We're fans. I get it, right? But then my easy way to say, look at this more realistically. Take a step back. Would you do the trade if you were the other team?
No, it wouldn't.
No,
it wouldn't.
No. So Pitts and Diggs, that just those don't seem to make as much sense. But I am not out on it, right? Mm-hmm. And same reason for all the other when you have some depth. I'm not out on trading a player unless if I'm getting a player back to help me.
Yeah,
trading Gallup just to get a 6th or 7th round pick or something like that, 5th round pick, I'm good. I'll just keep him as some crazy insurance for the year and deal with it after the season.
Yeah. JR from NY, what up?
Actually, it's Tennessee, but sorry.
Shit, my fault. I mean,
Marv needs to go home because he sounds drunk.
Yeah. Okay, so you JR from Tennessee?
Yes, sir. I lived in New York, but I moved to Tennessee.
Well, sir, that's okay. That's why I said New York. I got you. JR from Tennessee now. Got you. JR from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Got you.
Yeah. So I get why people say we're so delusional. We're living in the 90s. There is salary cap. The Bills aren't going to eat $43 million.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Then you got that part.
But anyways, I mean, you guys know a lot, so I'm not going to do a whole bunch of common sense. I just wanted to say 2 things. I don't know where this whole thing on people on Twitter are going with the Dak versus Wilson, Dak versus Jones. It wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dak versus that defense. Dak versus that defense. That's a playoff defense. And that other one is the 3rd-ranked defense, 1st-ranked red zone defense. And not to mention Dak has faced the number 1 defense all summer. So we knew this offense was going to be good. And I'm just excited for this.
Hey, man, me and Will Steele was talking. Okay. Hey, man, he waited on that. Hey, me and Will Steele was saying all summer, man, like, what's the point of doing joint practices? There is not a defense that you can find that's going to be better than Cowboys defense, man. It's not. If you could deal with Micah Parsons rushing you, even if your pass rush is elite, Micah rushing you is different. You know what I'm saying? I can probably make the argument that Tyron Smith looks better this year because he had to deal with Micah all offseason. Or these last 2 games we've seen from Tyron Smith looking different than what he did in past years. I mean, he's healthy, yes.
He's healthy, yeah.
But man, him just I mean, and look, man, Tyron been beating the shot guys for years, man.
Go.
Tyron been beating the shot guys for years, man. But just I feel like battling Micah probably got something to do with it. Like Jermaine Johnson is a solid player. Carl Lawson is a dude, but when you've been dealing with Micah, man,
it's nice to have him back on the left side.
Yeah, it's good to have
because it wasn't fun on that right side. He on that natural side, and you know he's looking like and pass blocking barely. He's looking like Tyron Smith.
We just gotta get 73 back, man. Let's get Mr. Ronnie on the phone. How you doing, Mr. Ronnie?
How you doing? God bless you and your family and your show and Will Steele's family.
Thank you.
Like always, I just want to say one thing, or two things real quick. Anthony's doing a hell of a job, like I had stated early this morning. He's doing a hell of a job. And I think our defense is going to take us to the Super Bowl. I really think that we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. And with the system that McCarthy got in, that you can see that everybody can get the ball, we're going to be all right. Trust me, I believe this year is going to be our year. God bless both of you, and you'll keep up the good work like always. And this is our year. Go Cowboys.
Appreciate you, Mr. Ronnie. I agree. I 100% agree. Like this offense is going to do its thing no matter who we lined up against, and this defense and this defense can beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, Mr. Ronnie. LA, what up?
Yeah.
Hey, Voch, did you put me on, bro?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm on right now. Fantastic, man. I'm out driving Uber in these LA streets right now.
Yes,
with one of my passengers right now. And what I wanted to do, man, you was killing me with all this Gallup poo-poo.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, sir, this is why you was killing me, sir. Making plays vertically down the field, and thank you, Sky, for not giving up on Gallup. Side note. But the thing with vertical plays, and we're going to need this dude
What's going on?
come around Thanksgiving, come around Christmas time, you know. The dude makes plays vertically. He got paid because he can make plays vertically. You know, now, whether or not he's still healthy or not or all that other good stuff, it's not like he's the number one. We still got Cooks. We still got CD, you know, and Mike McCarthy, the way he's been calling stuff, the way that the minusing Kellen Moore from the entire offensive philosophy makes everybody fucking better.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So with that being the case, you know, like, not that y'all been absolutely destroying Gallup, but keep some respect on the ball name, man. He's not a number one, but we don't need him to be a number one. And yeah, he's getting paid, but
we need him to be a number two. But we need him to be a number two, and he ain't being that.
Or a three. Yeah. Here's the thing.
It's 2 games in, man.
You ain't.
Let's get, because we've seen him put in work. We've seen that happen.
Hello.
You know, like, let's give him a little bit more, because here's the thing. Dak has been distributing the ball like he's supposed to, which is a major thing, man. If you think back to a lot of Gallup's receptions, you know, he's made plays while he's covered.
Because he's screaming.
He's made a lot of plays while he's covered. And God don't make a lot of people who can make plays when you're covered. You know. So me personally, you know, like it's kind of like dudes on defense who just know how to disengage blocks. It ain't about being like just being able to get off fucking blocks and put yourself into the right position.
Yeah, we'll
certain things about the fundamentals of the game, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the physicality that comes with it, bro.
Yeah, Will Steele, what you say?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I forget.
I forgot. I forgot.
Man, I wanted to spit back, bro, but
hold on. I'm
really excited about where we're going rhythm-wise, and I think you guys talk about it. You know,
there ain't no way.
Like y'all can see it too. We super balanced and we staying in rhythm right now, bro. We gonna be real.
Let me write this down because y'all know I don't be remembering. Hello.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I just want to go back to your point about Gallup real quick because. You did say something there, man. Watch. He is a downfield guy, right? And one of the things, I don't even think he was ever good at this. These stop routes, it ain't for Gallup, bro. It ain't for Gallup. It damn sure ain't for him, after the knee injury, right? So, yeah, I'm with you. Get downfield, get some red zone things going, and let's see what we can do with him. But I think he is what he is at this point, brother. I don't think we're looking at a premium or wide receiver 2. We're looking at a guy we hope could be wide receiver 3 for you. But right now they haven't needed to use him. So
I can see that. Okay. But this is what I'm saying though, guys. It's nothing wrong with that. We got our elite guys.
Yeah.
So him being an above average starter, an above average NFL starter.
Yeah.
Like something like what Laurent Williams gave us a few years back.
So let me say
he ain't shit. However, would he put up like 7 or 8 times from just being a number 3?
Yeah.
It's certain types of skill sets that I think Gallup has, and with his ability to make tough catches and that whole yak shit. When he was coming out of Colorado State, matter of fact, the little youngin at Colorado State over the weekend, he somewhat remind me a lot of Gallup. Had 14 catches on prime defense on like 15 targets.
Not this time.
All on crossing routes. If you hit the dude moving,
I don't even remember.
if you don't slow him
What
down,
y'all talking about?
it's a whole different game. He's
Still Gallup.
a lot more usable. But again, Dak has been running the offense, and I'm not trying to like make it like it's Dak's fault why Gallup ain't getting off. I'm appreciative that our offense is controlling the fucking sticks and staying in rhythm.
Gallup ain't making separation like everybody else, though. Gallup ain't making separation like everybody else, though.
No, he not. Hey, well, watch. Let's.
He ain't never been a separate guy, but
Like the clip that you showed was man, he was on soft ground, man. Like we ain't even throwing that shit.
Right, but that
He knew he wanted to get in the ball.
Right. But he was on Cordero Flat last week, and his ass still wasn't separated. So it is what it is. Hey, yo, Ellie, I gotta move on. Appreciate you though, man.
hey, I tell you what, he
Hey, man, God bless y'all.
Yeah.
Hello.
Go ahead.
He
Go ahead.
He did. He looked on that deep shot. If Chuma doesn't die, might have had something there,
Sure.
against the Giants. But do you see how they used him? They said, "Hey, Gallup, just go, bro.
Yeah.
Just run. We don't need you to try any stop routes and all that stuff." And that's kind of a giveaway. But again, it's always been a dead giveaway with Gallup. He just was an elite 50-50 guy, But it is what it is, man. He's not. I think the thing what we're trying to. I forget the dude's name. My bad. It's not that we're trying to move on. It's that Tolbert might be able to give us something different, right? Something else that elevates the offense, right? And if he can do that, I'm all for exploring that, man.
Yep. And the more dudes you have, I mean, because look, like I always say, we're not trying to just bench Michael Gallup straight up and down, right? I'm trying to find a way to make him useful while also not taking away from Jalen Tolbert. Now, if I got to use Michael Gallup in the red zone because he's slant muscle you guy or he's jump ball muscle you guy, then that means I'm gonna stop using Gallup when I need route runners, and then I'm gonna start using Gallup when it's time to muscle people. If anything, just optimize the role to make the offense flow a little better. You don't want to have Gallup out there and you can't use him because that's just not what the offense is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And Tolbert shouldn't just be on the sideline if he can help you. You just have to make, just make it work. But at the end of the day, you trying to win a Super Bowl, you need all hands on deck. You need Jalen Brooks, you know what I'm saying, to be solid for you. There's no room on this team for just miscellaneous people anymore. You know what I mean? So we're not trying to move on from Gallup. We just want to make it make sense. But moving on. Anthony Brown signed with the 49ers. I know you bullshitting.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. You can't tell me they ain't, unless I don't know if any Niner fans in here. Did they have injuries or something? Because I just looked at that as an intel.
If he playing, I'm throwing that bitch right at him, boy. But look, Anthony Brown don't know shit. he don't know nothing about what's going on.
I mean, but ain't nothing wrong with bringing him in and saying, "Hey, what do you know?" Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you know? Because guess what? We ain't been able to tee off on this defense the last 2 years. If you noticed that, talk about the Niners.
Yeah. Hey man, if Anthony Brown got to play, I know exactly what I'm doing. Throwing that pitch right at him.
I'm keeping the bean. They corners don't scare me anyway. But
yeah, I agree.
Shots out the word though. But anyway,
we'll get that. Week 5, we'll get that. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Voch, what's up? How you doing, man?
What's good, player? What's up, Scott?
Hey, man.
He stopped. What's up?
Shout out to you and Steele both, man. Y'all doing y'all thing.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, man, I'm really, really excited to see what the offense is going to become. People going to poo-poo it and nitpick and stuff like that. And what I especially like is when you and Steele, y'all break down what Schottenheimer and Big Mike say about the offense when they go into detail. And that puts into mind to me one of the big criticisms that tends to get a lot around him from everybody, you know, about him not showing up in big moments and he's not making this play and he's not making that play. Like every quarterback doesn't make mistakes. That guy get here to be perfect or whatever. But my point is those details that those coaches address will take care of those moments that we think we need to see happen. And what I mean by that is, you know, I know, and I'm one of those fans too. I get a little excited. Ain't nobody playing the Super Bowl in September. But you do get ready to win the Super Bowl in September. If you're not ready to win it in September, and you damn sure not going to win it in February. So what you do is you take care of those fine points, and you make all the moments matter, so that when the moment shows up, it doesn't look like anything to you. Real quick story, you know, I go back as a young cat, and I'm not all that old now, but as a young cat, I think the greatest driver I ever saw in NFL history, it had to be in the Super Bowl 1989, the 49ers against the Bengals. Last drive of the game, you know, game's on the line, of course, it's Montana and all that stuff. They had all this hype around it. And long story short, the 49ers, they got to go 98-something yards in under 2 minutes. I don't think if they got a timeout, they only got one. They need a touchdown. They can't get no field goal. And they come out onto the field, and the team is nervous. Now, this is the 49ers of the 80s. These cats had won Super Bowls already. It's Jerry Rice and, you know, everybody. And Montana notices that they're nervous. And long story short, he tells a joke about somebody famous up in the stands. You know, they look up in the end zone and see this guy, and he breaks the ice and breaks the tension. And they just go march right down the field. And it wasn't nothing special about the drive itself. You know, it was a typical West Coast 49er drive. You know, I think the biggest play was like a slant to Jerry Rice for 25 yards. JT, John Taylor, he was Terry Owens before Terry Owens, but JT was a beast. John Taylor catches the game-winning touchdown, little slip over in the back of the end zone, right? And the thing about it was Montana broke the ice and got him to not focus on everything going around them. Just focus on what we do. And it didn't look any different, even though it was the magnitude of the game and stuff like that. It didn't look any different because all they did was what they did. They were who they were. So hopefully what happens with the coaches is that, you know, you get to where this is a neck up thing with Dak. And Dak not dumb and stupid. I don't mean it like that. I mean, this is getting Dak to see all these little details now and get those options taken care of now. After you have cleaned up all this nonsense around the offense with everybody's running their own damn route or whatever the hell you're doing. You clean up all this stuff. Everybody's got a job or responsibility so that can make a good decision. And the sooner that you make that consistent and everything looks the same and you're doing the same thing, you don't worry about the moment because all the moments look the same. And then you'll see that excellence and you'll see all this stuff people say they don't see in that. So that's what I'm keeping my eyes out for, man. Y'all having a great show and keep it up, man. I'll talk to y'all next time.
Appreciate you, Mark. Good call, man. Yeah, man. You know, Dak got to be a little more cerebral, Will Steele. You know what I'm saying? He got to think and not use his mind. While he was doing that, I did a whole bunch of Googling. I had a little time, right? Hey, well, I had a little bit of time, right? So I did a whole. I Googled
you don't
like.
want to know what I did during that, but
I don't. I asked. Look, I Googled like 6 different items because I was just curious what was going on. Humor me, Will Steele. Let me just do this. Let's just talk for a second, Will Steele. I know you don't care. I know you don't care because I know you and you just don't care about shit like this.
But I'm a humor you. I'm not going to humor you. I'm gonna humor you.
CJ Stroud threw for 384 yards last week.
Shouts out to
him. How many of them yards went to Noah Brown, Will Steele? If you had to guess.
All right, let me see if I'm 13. 22.
No, lower, a little lower.
18.
Noah Brown didn't even have a catch, dog. He didn't have a catch. If you had to guess, out of them, let me go back so I can get 384 yards and 2 touchdowns. How many yards did Dalton Schultz have, Wilson?
I definitely had to get some catches. He's a tight end. He's a starting tight end. He signed him for like $9 million or something like that, right?
How many yards?
22.
A little more than that.
28.
One more time.
29?
No, like not one more, but just one more bump.
Oh, 39. 38, 39, something around.
Yeah, 30. He was 4 for 34. Dalton Schultz.
Out of 311 yards, something. 389 yards.
Yeah. Nico Collins had 7 for 146. Robert Woods had 6 for 74. Tank Dell was 7 for 72. If I had to guess, I don't even think Noah Brown was active.
And that was our wide receiver 2.
That was wide receiver 2. And Dalton Schultz was wide receiver 1. Dennis Houston played for the damn Giants, apparently. And apparently he on the practice squad, so he can't take Sterling Shepard and Paris Campbell jobs. What that mean to me?
Too many specialists.
Too many special. And I just had to look up one more just for shits and giggles. Ezekiel Elliott had 5 carries for 16 yards last week, man. Why don't Dak Prescott get credit for elevating these guys, man?
I couldn't tell you, man. I mean, I could tell you, but it's a broken record at this point. I mean, and them ain't the only ones. Let's play. We're gonna be messy. Tua Tagovailoa has thrown for 17,800 yards since Mike McDaniels has been there. Venture to guess how many of them
said ain't done shit over there. Said ain't done a damn thing over there. I know that.
Out of 17,988 million yards. Let's go look up said.
Let's look up said.
Ain't got nothing going on.
I bet I can get that first. Let's go to game log. I
don't think you're gonna need the game log, bro.
Oh shit, nigga. Oh shit. That motherfucker said no results found.
He ain't got a catch this year.
That shit said error 505.
Is he hurt? I think he might be hurt. Let me give him the benefit of the doubt.
There's no way he's hurt. It says active. Oh no. And last year they threw for 18,988 yards and said Wilson had 12 receptions for 136. That's a great day.
That's a great day.
If you go 12 receptions for 136 yards, that's a great day.
That's a great day. But when you throw for 20,726 yards, you got to have more than 136.
They might as well just give us said back.
That's what I said in the offseason.
I send them Gallup. Just give me said back. Well, nah, because
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I wanted to keep said over Gallup, but that again, I hate to do it to revision this thing, but it is what it is.
I think said will be good here. And I think Bones will love him.
Bro, this might sound weird because I think he's better than him, but they kind of move very similar in the way they run around. Tolbert and said, bro. Tolbert and said, like Tolbert reminds me of what said was by year 3-4, right? But I think Tolbert's upside is much higher. But I thought Sale was extremely underrated because he can do the special teams things. He can do trick plays. Thought he was a fine route runner in the slot and can go outside a little bit. So, but anyway, man, we talking. We just talking.
And Dak won't dare. Dak won't dare get credit for that.
Oh, one more.
Oh shit.
Randall Cobb.
Oh, let's what the fuck Randall Cobb.
Yeah, what's going on with Randall Cobb?
Last time, because when he was with Dak, he got paid. Somebody paid Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb. I don't want to look up the game log for him because I got PTSD from last time. Oof, God. At least he got a game log. At least he got a game log. Randall Cobb in week 1, 1 target, no catches. Randall Cobb in week 2, 1 target, no catches.
One back to Aaron Rodgers. First year, 375 yards. Second year, 417 yards. 1 year with Dak Prescott, 828 yards. And could have had a stack. They called back like 3 Randall Cobb, but it is what it is.
So when Joy Taylor, when Joy Taylor was talking to the little panel yesterday, she was like, the Cowboys have had a Super Bowl. They've had a Super Bowl team, correct? Correct. Last I checked, the Cowboys had a Super Bowl team. Correct. Dak's not elevating them and taking them to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys have him. How can you not win with that team? And I'm like, I'm just looking at them guys that this talent that y'all talking about.
I refuse.
Come on,
I'm saying nothing because I'm saying nothing on air. Just I don't agree with Joy Taylor.
Because you never know. We might. Never.
End of discussion.
That's fair. I ain't gonna say that. That's fair. Hey, you smart, Wilson. You keep.
No, it ain't that I'm smart, man. It's the same thing with old girl Liv. I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, like
I went crazy on Liv. I gotta check in on Liv.
You were fantastic, Voch. Absolutely I look up to you in debating in that type of format. You were excellent, by the way.
That's fair. Appreciate you, my guy.
I'd have been fired.
What are you talking? What a pen there. What are you talking about, Miss, ma'am?
That's what I would have hit her with because I always do the sir. She would have been ma'am. Why you lying?
you ain't gotta make shit up. Anthony, what up, man?
What's the deal, both of y'all?
What's good, man?
Hey,
Life good, bro.
Listen, I really
please
appreciate y'all content.
Thank you, sir.
You guys and a couple others. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are real fire, like production skills and game and all that.
Yeah.
I got 3 quick things, and they're gonna be quick.
Please.
So, Big Mike, I understand what you going through, bro. Big Mike, Coach of the Year. That's my prediction.
Okay.
I like that. I like that. That boom bap hip hop drop that you know what I mean put on too when you talk about him. Number 2.
He talking about PH.
What's the deal?
No, go ahead. You good?
Okay, I checked out both of Micah's podcasts. They lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't seen it, you know what I mean? Get on that every Monday. And number 3, we gonna beat them Niners in a couple games.
I'm with you.
That's my other prediction. And lastly, to close, if we keep practicing hard, we on to something. That's all I got.
Oh boy from yesterday said we practiced too.
Yeah, boy from yesterday.
I love when they pay attention to it.
I love the callbacks like that. Good job, man. Appreciate you, man. Very
all
good.
Right, y'all.
Very good. Very good. Hey man, y'all can't miss shows, man. Chef tuned in and said, "Hey man, y'all going crazy right now, but can you hold that up? Y'all boys practice at 120 miles. He ain't never seen them practice before. Y'all practice at 120 miles an hour. Can you sustain that over a season? Get Chef up out of here, boy.
He said y'all playing too fast.
Y'all too intense. Y'all hit too hard. Hey, y'all defense too good at tackling. Y'all gonna wear down over time. Oh, that's funny. Man.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Let's get through these next 3 we don't know. 202, what's up? Who this?
Hey, what's up? This is Glenn.
What's up,
Glenn?
Glenn. What's up, Glenn? Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for being a part of this thing. What you got for the show?
Well, I'll just say I love the show. I had to get some liquid courage to call this show because the way you guys clown people, I said, you know what? Let me make sure I have my stuff together.
Come correct.
Glenn, we will not clown you, Glenn. We will not clown
right.
you. Go ahead.
I'll make it quick to get off of here. Just a couple quick observations from what I've seen so far, and it's really been brilliant. You know, when McCarthy and the coaching staff talked about tweaking the offense to make defenses cover the whole field, I think a lot of people misinterpreted that and thinking, oh, well, they just want to really go deep. But that's not really it. This team never had a problem going deep. It was that shallow middle, right? Like within 10 yards that I always felt like they never used. And that made our offense easy to defend. And I think now they truly are making you cover the full field. Dak's not getting credit for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because it's not sexy, if you will. I mean, he's actually running an efficient offense, and people get bored because it ruins their fantasy numbers.
That's a sexy offense.
But we can't.
That's a sexy offense.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Go ahead.
Right. And as far as defense is concerned, and I'll get off with this. The way they're using Micah, it's genius. The way Dan Quinn has developed the use of Micah to where they're putting him literally everywhere. It looks to me like there are 3 or 4 Micahs out there. I mean, there were times during that game on Sunday, I think Zach Wilson was seeing 11 all over the place. And I'm pretty sure these quarterbacks by the end of the year are going to be thinking, how many Micah Parsons do we have? Because he literally looks like he's out there in triplets, if you will.
Sure.
And I just think that this coaching staff, you can make the argument it's the best coaching staff in the NFL. At least I believe it is. And so I'm intrigued to see more. And go Cowboys. I think this truly is a Super Bowl team.
Yo, Glenn, I tell you what.
And I'll let you guys go with that.
Yo, Glenn, I tell you what, you will never get clowned with good calls like this, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Glenn's always good. I thought he called in here a bunch before.
You know we got the same audience, but
that's why. Yeah, I thought. Glenn calls in the show. He's fantastic. You ain't got to worry about him.
Shouts out to Glenn. Caveman Talk says they washed their clothes too clean. Appreciate you, Caveman Talk. But the whole idea of there being multiple Micahs on the field, the idea of Micah moving all over the place, what you have to do all the time is when you get to the line of scrimmage, you have to find 11.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find 11. But the problem is, it ain't like, okay, well, this is some team where, okay, this is 11, so this is where the only danger is. The danger's from everywhere. So even if you fixated on 11, you still have to account for D-Law backside or Osa Odighizuwa in front of you or Chauncey. Even if you get comfortable with Chauncey, because Chauncey got sacks, right? Chauncey got a sack and one taken back. Even if you get, 99's in the game, I can chill a little bit. No, you can't. No, you can't. Dante screams off the side. Billy D waiting to get his first sack. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's a lot. You named all the names. I'm like, damn. I know we named them before, but when you say it back to back like that, that's a lot. And even with Micah, Micah play Houdini. He might start here.
Sure.
That ain't where when the ball snapped. He's somewhere else, and you got to find him. He's so lightning quick.
Yep. And in terms of just D ends, and we just talking about just an end and the traits that they have. Dorrance Armstrong might be the least scary guy on the field, but he got 2 sacks. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of where we at with it. Yeah. That's where we at with it, man. So hey, beware. Let's stay no codes, man. No codes. Just let's just if we can get to the end zone with minimal or no season ending codes, and we just all available for the end of this for January and February. Man, come on.
Yeah, we need that to go our way. Yeah. And look. Let's just one game at a time. I'm still chilling. Let me just.
I'm enjoying this. I'm slowly enjoying this, man. You know what I mean? I don't want
like something special, So just
some people
live in it.
Some people say they don't want to get excited till January, but if that's the case, you're missing months of this.
No, be excited.
You're missing months of this, and if the Cowboys, let's just say they win a game in February, right? Then you're gonna want to think back on all the memories that we got in September, October, November. You know what I'm saying? So don't let this go by.
Yeah, you won't. In my opinion, as a fan, if that special thing does happen at the end of this, you probably won't be able to feel that same type of excitement as us because we've been riding this ride, right? Where you're just like, wake me up whenever they win the Super Bowl. Yeah, but when you're gonna get woken up and all the champagne gonna be drank, the confetti's gonna be dropped, and you're gonna be left standing there alone.
I always liken it to the Marvel movies, right? You know what I'm saying? The Infinity Saga. If you're a younger person, let's just say that you like a teenager now, and you're rewatching the Infinity Saga, it's going to be cool for you by the time you get to Endgame. But it's different when we started with Iron Man, when we was like, what, teenage? Or you was grown, but I was like a teenager or something, right? Like you start with Iron Man and you go through years of just being invested in this thing. Yeah. And man, when the next trailer gonna come out? We used to stay up till midnight waiting for a trailer to come out, and then I would watch videos and see what the Easter eggs was in the trailer. And then we watched it, and then we sat in the theater together, and everybody died at the end of Infinity War. We had to run to the internet and talk about it. If you just binging the movies at once, you don't get all that emotion into it. So by the time you get the end game, you go, okay, the Infinity Saga was cool, but the Infinity Saga was huge for our era that lived with it. You know what I'm saying? So live with these Cowboys, man. Live with these Cowboys. There's a bandwagon fan somewhere that's rooting for the Ravens and waiting on the Cowboys to be good, and they'll just jump on later. But they won't enjoy this more because I had to be hurt with Tony Romo dropping a snap. Or, you know what I'm saying, Dez not catching it, or Dak's rookie year or whatever, and we're here now. And that's why I say we going to jail if we win, dog, because it's just so much pent up.
When that on your left moment happens, you have to be in a theater.
You got to be there.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in the theater because you won't be able to feel that on your left moment if you weren't.
Sure.
If you binged all the way through, or if you weren't emotionally invested throughout that journey. You know what I'm saying? So great analogy. 100% agree. And even if it doesn't end that way, you still want to go through these games with them and not waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's a terrible way to live life, in my opinion.
Yeah. Now they only idea. Hey, yo, Will. Now they only idea of Marvel movies is Shang-Chi and the Eternals, and they were like, man, this ain't cold. This ain't dope. This ain't dope. Hey, but y'all came in late. Y'all binge watch. You know what I'm saying?
I like Shang. But I feel you. This phase is not great at all.
Shang-Chi cool, but it ain't Winter Soldier. But I got you.
Hell no. You don't want to get me started on Winter Soldier.
Podcast will still podcast.
I have takes on Winter Soldier people don't like in Marvel.
Oh boy. 505. What's up? Who this?
What up, man? This is Daniel from 505. What up, Voch? What up, Steele? How y'all doing?
What's up, Daniel? What you got for the show?
So I got two main points to make. The first one is I want to just talk about my favorite play, which was seeing CeeDee Lamb catch a pass up the middle, and then he gets rocked, and then he just stands up, and he just stands right there in the middle, and he's telling the whole Jets defense that he's going to make himself comfortable there all day.
Yeah.
I really like that. I love the attitude that he brings to the team. Yeah. And my second point that I want to make is I want to just go ahead and appreciate Mike McCarthy. Seems like every year that Jerry Jones gives him a little more control.
Sure.
Gives him a little more trust. He's been showing out. He's been showing to be a good coach. When you look at, what's his name? Our old offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, yeah.
He was just always, so I'm a self-taught football fan since 2006, watching Tony Romo and all of that heartbreak you guys are just talking about.
Yeah.
And one thing that I want to appreciate is he's trying to teach this offense how to be a half-court offense. I play basketball, right? So I think basketball mine. And he's learning how to do a half-court offense, not so much run and gun and shooting threes, hoping you get hot, but a lot of hot and cold. That's what we got with Kellen Moore. And, man, it's just nice to see. It's nice to see Mike McCarthy just take his time. He's being methodical with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to say this offense didn't have a good game, but shoot, they hold it for 75% of the game against one of the top three offenses. He has the best third down rate right now against one of the best defenses. I'm sorry, not offenses, defenses.
Yeah.
But this is going to be fun, man. This is going to be a fun year.
Yeah.
I just want to give Mike McCarthy credit, man, because the only way the Cowboys were ever going to score 30 and 40 points in the past was if Tony Romo threw 5 touchdowns for each of those games, but now you have defense making points, special team making points, and that's to appreciate what he's got, man, because he's got a better chance than Romo had a lot of those years. Yep. I think maybe only 2 times he had a decent defense.
Yep. Good call, Daniel. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Yes, sir. What's a half-court offense, Wilson? I'm not basketball. I don't know what that means.
Okoye has a great analogy for this. If you was outside for Spurs versus Suns back in the mid-2000s, D'Antoni brought in high fly. Everybody thinks about the Warriors right now with all the threes and stuff and how the league is played, but it was the Suns who kind of introduced that at a fast pace for a long period of time. But the problem was when you get into the postseason, you got to play half-court ball. You can't go up, try to shoot the rock in 10 seconds and play 80 possession ball. You got to play half-court ball, slow it down. Can you deal with the bigs, Tim Duncan and those boys down in the paint, where I dump it down and I'm getting easy 2 or some and ones or kick it out for a 3 within the offense, not a whole bunch of fast pace. We just trying to hit a bunch of threes and beat you 125 to 110. So he's basically saying slow the thing down in a sense, because we've seen Mike McCarthy try to do speed things, but slow the thing down schematically so that you can whoop these dudes upside the head in the paint. A couple easy buckets, maybe get some V cuts, back doors, just easy stuff for your offense. 2 points is 2 points. And then if you happen to hit a 3-pointer, if you happen to hit a long ball, for 70 yards, 60 yards off of a slant or a play action deep post, it comes within the offense. It is not the offense.
All right. Gotcha, Will. Still basketball. We got one last call. Chat, please put flames in the chat if y'all having a good time. If y'all enjoying the show. We got one more. I hope it's a great one. Fingers crossed. 626. What's up? Who this?
What's up, bro? This is Santana.
What's up, Santana? What you got for the show? Short dog.
First thing I got. Sorry, I'm at work. Hold on.
Where you at? You at work?
First thing, Michael Gallup is the only thing I can say about him is that he's getting too much money. That's the only problem. He's just not. Can't use him. He can't get the separation. He still has a fair, like on a goal line, I still would trust him with the jump ball, stuff like that. But like when it comes to getting separation and shit like that, I don't think. Because I don't know what his contract looks like. What year is his contract?
Like it can be. I mean, there's some dead money attached to 24, but like you'll be fully off the hook by 25, I believe.
26. He got it restructured, but they can get rid of him whenever they want. They just don't have to deal with the
insurance. Like that's the only thing. It's the same thing like with Zeke. I didn't see anyone going out there to trade us for Zeke, to give us anything for Zeke. I don't see anybody. Gallup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're not talking
That's
about.
what I want to say about Gallup.
Yeah.
Second, only fan bases I need to hear from are the Niners and the Eagles. And the Eagles are dimming away, bro. They're kind of becoming fraudulent to me. You know what I'm saying? If you're a 49er fan, I can respect that. But even then, you know what I mean? Those are the only two teams that are even sort of giving me troubles. Besides that, bro, this team is fucking hot.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you, my guy. Good call, Santana. Appreciate you. Bye. Rude. Let's get to it, man.
Yeah, we in September, guys. I don't mind these, contract conversations and stuff. But we worried about 6, right? Yeah. And if the conversation is what can we get to move on, if we move him essentially in a trade, fine. But we talking about cutting him and stuff. You can't talk like that till after the season, bro.
Right. We need him. We're not team building right now. We're trying to win a championship.
There you go.
Trying to win a championship. You need all them dudes. Soups. Adrian Lindsey dropped a deuce. He says, all right, cool. He dropped a deuce and another deuce and another deuce. That's 6 altogether. Adrian Lindsey says Trevon Diggs had a passer rating allowed of 1.0.
Yeah,
I did
crazy.
see that.
I saw that too. This is wild.
You get 30 points for writing your name on the paper, and your shit was 0. They said you'd be better off just throwing the ball on the ground every play.
Yeah, it's like 39 or 36 the pass rate if you just dirt it.
Yeah. Now, Sauce Gardner did give Trey and Gilly their own share of challenges. I mean, not Sauce. Garrett Wilson. Their own different challenges, but I think Garrett Wilson nice. Garrett Wilson is nice, but hey, they just want to go by the numbers. Will still they made the rules, so we're going by the numbers. Trey did shut their ass down, boy. And then Adrian also says, imagine if Mike McCarthy had Cooper, CD, and Gallup. That trio, like old Gallup and Cooper and CD. Man. We're gonna have a conversation about that one day. We're gonna have a conversation one day because I think about looking at Gallup, Cooper, and CD back then, right? And versus like what CD is now. Gallup is like less, you know what I'm saying? I think Tolbert's interesting. I think that wide receiver core when it's going, when it's healthy, when everybody's good to go, was fantastic. But we never saw that wide receiver core all together. You know what I'm saying?
We saw 6 games, I think, bro, when I broke it down. That's crazy.
6 games of it.
With Dak. With Dak.
With Dak, for sure. I want to know what Brandon Cooks, CD, and we're figuring out wide receiver 3 right now. We'll just say Gallup for right now. But I want to know. I need to see what going on.
We talked about that.
Sure.
I don't know if you remember, but we had this conversation. We
had a lot of shows. Yeah.
We feel very confident in this group kind of being up there with them.
Yeah. I just would love to see Brandon Cooks get on the field, stay on the field right now. But we got time. Appreciate you, Adrian. But Cooper's a route runner. I'm sure Mike McCarthy values that. Scott, you think we draft a receiver next year?
Oh, that's real early. No, not because we still got Cooks for another year. Lamb is getting extended. Jalen Tolbert still on his deal. And you got some talented young bucks. Moreno Cropper on the practice squad. Maybe later. Maybe another Jalen Brooks, day 3 type character.
Yeah. We'll see. We got time. What was I doing? Supers. All right, cool. Appreciate you, Adrian Lindsey. I expect Dak to be a top 5 quarterback at least this season, and for this to be a top 3 to 5 passing offense. The offense is built to be explosive and to drop 40 points by themselves. Appreciate you, Kenny Lott. Dropped a dime. Appreciate you.
Man, Kenny Lott been saying that for 5 years.
Hey, Kenny Lott. Hey, look, when it happens, then who's the one that was right? Ike dropped a deuce and says, Voch, love the show. Ask Will if he remembers when.
That's now a thing, bro. It's now a thing.
I missed that one. And DK dropped the 5 and says, Voch didn't call in today, but I got to get my water intake because you definitely slimming up, bro. It's turn up season. Appreciate you, sir. You that's water and Muay Thai. That's water and kicking people, punching and kicking people. Appreciate you, man. Adrian Lindsay came back and dropped another 5 and says, Killer Moore is the guy in Overwatch that will say he has gold damage, but he has gold damage and kills, but loses rank games. Hey, Voch ain't Overwatch guy. Appreciate you. And then he came back and says, Joy Taylor is annoyed with Dak's success. Joy Taylor is a fantastic media member, dog.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic member of this thing that we do, and we're grateful to have Joy Taylor there.
Yep. That's a fantastic theatrical show they got going on over there.
It's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
They should hire the MCU producers.
It's entertainment. Tell me a story. All right, let's get into it. That's all the supers we got for today. Appreciate y'all for your contribution, for your super chat contributions. Anyone else? Heaven on Earth massage parlor, please. Heaven on Earth.
Can
Heaven
we
on
get
Earth.
that damn drop?
Yeah, we gotta get there. We gotta get there. Any girl. I get it.
The way he says that, man.
Heaven on Earth. All right, here we go. Okay, so we moving. I need to go. There we go. All right. Who we got today? Me, you. We'll go Jalen Tolbert. All right, cool. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Will Steele, and Jalen Tolbert today.
I got to bring it back.
Marcus Hardison says.
No, I'm talking about the.
Oh, the wig.
Got the wig on today.
At the volume, that's me, Will Steele, and the owner of the wig store. Yeah. At the volume, every day requires 3 things from you. The character to get out of bed.
This is real OG. Oh, I got my cup.
Oh, yeah. Every day requires 3 things from you. The character to get out of bed, the commitment to move you into action, and the discipline that enables you to follow through. Hold on. Every day requires 3 things from you. The character to get you out of bed, the commitment to move you into action, and the discipline that enables you to follow through. Come on now. Lion sleep outside. Hold this L. UNLV, Young Pimp, Young Lion, Young Goat. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Alex says, at the volume, when is the Micah and Voch collab? I see you both on Bleacher Report now. Hey, man.
We might not need Bleacher Report for it.
Relax, man. Relax. There's a very meticulous effort going on. Y'all just hang tight now. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing now. Don't you worry about
a thing. Yeah, don't worry about it. If we want, we could press that easily right now. But
yeah, but we gonna hang tight. You know, when it's more important.
I'm feeling February. You know, blue. You know, maybe somewhere in Vegas, somewhere maybe. There's a podcast studio over there. You know what I mean?
I don't want to say nothing else, Will.
Yeah. They're working. Mike is still gonna be working in February. Like that's the point, right? We working. Hey man, you got a couple minutes to stop by, talk before your big game type of situation. That's what I'm feeling, Alex. Somewhere around February.
All right, we go. Will Steele. Hey man, appreciate y'all for being here, man. Love y'all to pieces. Be sure to get your bona fide bushel of bonus bucks from DraftKings, promo code VOCH. You bet 5, you get 200. I think that's what it was. We'll make sure. I'll read it next time and y'all know. Be sure to hit all the volume buttons all the follow buttons. Be sure to follow Will Steele at Skywalker Steele, Steele, and A to Z Dallas on YouTube in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. Does some fantastic work over there. Follow me on all my platforms, Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. We did offensive line today on the Patreon. There should be a film session dropping today about Mike McCarthy and CeeDee Lamb. Y'all be sure to tune in. We're going to do part 2 of offensive line on Patreon tomorrow, so y'all go over there and tap out. If you know the contest rules, the Zach Ghost and Jersey giveaway contest rules, then you know what to do. I ain't gonna say it again. And yeah, Twitter, VOCHLOMBRDI. Y'all hold up with Dosey Wilson and Peace Whiskey, man. Till tomorrow. Volume. It better be.
So I've finally have a Patreon account.
Okay.
First step, small baby steps.
Awesome. You ain't gonna do nothing to it.
No, ain't nothing going on with it right now.
It's made though.
It's made, Voch. It's made. Okay. I gotta holler at you. Hey, what do I do here? How do I upload?